Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Recipe Redemption. My name is Mike Uyak. And today, we're making shrimp wiggle. The recipe is called shrimp wiggle in toast cups. Mary Margaret McBride's Encyclopedia of Cooking, Homemakers Research Institute, published in 1959. Let's take a look at the recipe. It's not complicated. It's shrimp and peas heated in a bechamel sauce. You see, melt butter, stir in some flour, let that cook for a little bit, put in some milk, season with salt and pepper. That is, well, without salt and pepper, that is a bechamel sauce. The basis for a lot of great sauces. But that's where they leave it, is just make a roux, add milk, cook till it's thickened, add shrimp, peas, salt, and pepper. That's it. I like shrimp. I like cream sauces, even shrimp in cream sauces. That's not unheard of. Make a nice Alfredo sauce. That could be good. But just plain bechamel with salt and pepper, and then add cooked shrimp and peas, and then you're serving it in a toast cup. All it says is cut the crust off a piece of bread, butter both sides, shove that down into like a muffin tin or something, and bake it until it's toast, but a cup shape. And then, yay, serve shrimp and cream sauce and some peas in that. It's simple enough. And this comes from, it's mid-century, it's 1959. So this is a time when there was a big emphasis on making midweek cooking faster, cheaper, more efficient, more convenient. You don't want to spend all your time in the kitchen and slaving away over a stove. You have other things to do. I get it, and I appreciate the effort. As long as you're making good food faster, cheaper, more efficient. If you're making crap food really quickly, it's still crap food. But let's just make it. Let me reserve my judgment until we actually taste it. As the recipe says, we're going to start off with a bechamel. Just got about a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of flour, and I should have waited until the butter completely stopped foaming. This formed some lumps that I had to work out there. But once that's kind of cooked for a couple of minutes, toss in about a half a cup of milk, stir it to combine, and heat that back up until it thickens. This is all over like medium heat. Some salt, some freshly ground black pepper. We are 2/3 of the way through the recipe. This is pretty easy, but to this I'm adding some shrimp. I actually chopped up because I had prawns and they were a little large, so I chopped them up. And there's probably, I don't know, but a half a cup there, and a half a cup of petite peas. Stir to combine and just continue cooking until it's heated through, probably another minute. And here are the toast cups. As I said before, just bread with the crusts removed, buttered on both sides, shoved into a muffin tin, and toasted. And then filled with this yummy looking mixture of shrimp, peas, and really thick bechamel. That's pretty much it. And here we have it. Shrimp wiggle in toast cups. I said I was going to reserve judgment. Let's see. I don't think I actually got any shrimp in that bite. There we go. That's better. As I suspected, it's not bad because it's just meh. And honestly, the bechamel and the peas and the toast kind of kills the shrimp flavor. So, what is theoretically the hero ingredient of this dish doesn't come through at all. I don't taste it. Now, even acknowledging that could just be that my taste buds are shot. Mm. Even when I get my tongue right on one of the pieces of shrimp, that shrimp flavor is really muted. And then with the lack of any sort of aromatics, spices, herbs, um, anything, flavorful stock, something. It's a whole lot of nothing. It's so inoffensive that it's offensive. You know what I mean? It's so bland that you're like, where's the beef? Kind of. I'm missing anything that sort of catches my interest. It's food, and I think that's kind of the point of a lot of these recipes. It's midweek. You don't have a whole lot of time that you want to devote to cooking dinner. So, ta-da, you got something on the table in half an hour. Mazel tov. But arguably there's nutrition in this, but there's just no flavor. There's nothing that sort of makes you want to enjoy life. So, yeah, we could definitely do better than this. Just, I mean, by introducing any flavor whatsoever. But shrimp, something vegetal, in a creamy sauce, served over some sort of starch. You can go in a lot of directions with this, but to be honest, shrimpy touffee seems the way to go. A guarantee. So the recipe that I have starts off with par cooking the shrimp. A little bit of oil in the pan, and just cook the shrimp until it starts to color on both sides. And then sprinkle on about a teaspoon of my spice mixture, which is paprika, oregano, thyme, cayenne pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and some ground black pepper. And just toss that until it's well combined. We don't have to cook the shrimp all the way through because it is going to be going back into the pan and cooking. So set that off to the side. Add 2 tablespoons of butter to that same pan. And I am sweating about a half a cup each of chopped onion, chopped bell pepper. I happen to have some green and bell pepper mixed through together, and chopped celery. And just cook that for 4 to 5 minutes over medium heat until it's sweated and like translucent. Add the rest of the spice mixture to that. Carry that flavor through the whole dish. Once that's well incorporated, I'm adding a couple tablespoons of flour to this mixture, basically turning the vegetable mixture into a roux. By the way, the vegetable mixture is something that in the South they refer to as the Trinity, sometimes the Holy Trinity. Onion, pepper, and celery. It's kind of like mirepoix for French cooking, Trinity for Southern cooking. Just added a can of diced tomatoes, and these are actual dice size, so I ended up having to kind of mash some of those chunks. And about once that's sort of thickened, about a half a cup of chicken stock. Stir that, and once it comes up to simmer, it should thicken a little bit, and at that point you can add the shrimp back in. And this will cook for a few more minutes, and that will cook the shrimp all the way through, and all the flavors have a chance to get to know each other. Once that's heated through, Give that a couple dashes of Worcestershire sauce and a couple dashes or more, if you like spicy, of your favorite hot sauce. Stir that to incorporate that all, and again, continue to simmer for 1 more minute just to make sure all the flavors marry, and serve over rice. It's been a heck of a day of cooking. So, shrimp etouffee served over rice, and just a sort of an homage to the shrimp wiggle. I also took some of the cooked rice, pressed it into a muffin tin, and added a pat of butter and baked it for about half an hour at 350 to make a sort of rice cup, just so my shrimp etouffee would fit into it. I don't know that the rice is actually going to be particularly good this way. Let's find out. I don't know. Crunchy rice is not really my thing. If you like, paella, and you like the sauerkraut, there is something to that. I could take or leave it. But shrimp etouffee, good and shrimpy, good and tomatoey. The aromatics of the Trinity that we added are definitely giving it a more vegetal background. It tastes green. It's hard to describe, but that's a sort of an integral part of a lot of Louisiana cooking, is that Trinity. Now it's delicious. Now, is this 100% authentic etouffee? I'm not sure. I seem to remember having had etouffee when I was stationed in Charleston, and they had, it's low country cooking as well as Cajun cooking. And it did not have tomato in it. It was very much a white, not particularly creamy sauce. It's not like heavy dairy or anything like that, but it was sort of a clear or a white gravy-ish sort of thing. There may be different styles. I don't know. But this is the recipe that I got from a reasonably reputable source. So I trust that this is authentic to at least his tradition. So I think it's definitely an improvement over the shrimp wiggle. What do you think? You want to try shrimp etouffee? And are there any other recipes you'd like me to try? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching Recipe Redemption, and I'll see you next time. That's not making my mouth.